They're pretty severe. Just describe what else we learned from this latest reporting.
Of course. I mean, this ties in with what we've been hearing over the last couple of days. 1 in 10 doctors currently off sick at the moment. COVID-19 clearly having a huge impact on the National Health Service. Not overwhelming it, it's fair to say, but putting it under quite severe strain. That's something that we've been hearing only this morning from the National Health Service, the NHS providers body. This is data that's come out from NHS England, relating to England specifically, and also touches upon not only bed occupancy but staff absences too. If I start with the latter, across England at the moment, 18,829 NHS staff in acute trusts were absent due to COVID-19 reasons. That's dating back to, well, as of the 19th of December. That is 54% up on the week before. 3,874 NHS staff are currently absent in London. Also, that relates back to that point of 1 in 10 doctors currently being off sick. Higher in the capital, of course, because it does tally with the fact that infections at the moment are really high across London. We have been hearing from Professor Stephen Powis, who has commented on these findings. He has said the NHS is on a war footing and staff are taking the fight to Omicron by boosting hundreds of thousands of people each day, treating thousands of people each day, treating thousands of seriously ill COVID patients and delivering urgent care for other conditions, all while seeing a worrying high and rising increase in absence due to COVID. He goes on to say we are once again ramping up to deal with the rise in COVID infections, and quite rightly, staff are making every possible preparation for the uncertain challenges of Omicron. Of course, this comes at a time where we are talking about Christmas. We're talking about the lack of restrictions, certainly when it comes to England. The other nations, of course, taking matters into their own hands. But if I focus in on bed occupancy for a moment, bed occupancy, that means patients who have got COVID-19, who are currently taking up bed space in those hospitals, is up, particularly in the capital.
OK, Ashna, thank you for now. And of course, more on that story, the pressures the NHS is facing throughout the day here on Sky News. Well, on Sky News today, coming up, hoping for a game changer, the new Premier League for women's wheelchair basketball set to launch next year.
Number 2 next. 3.
Today's media, more than ever before, hunts in a pack.
This way, please.
No one corrected me.
No, I don't agree with that.
We became more cynical.
Are you hiding from media scrutiny?
He knows your game and he wants to outsmart you.
Boris has always been able to get away with things that mere mortals can't.
It's like a feral beast, just tearing people and reputations to bits.
On there, you've got to make sure.
I'm Neville Lazarus and I'm Sky's reporter based in Delhi. We take you to the heart of the story that shapes our world.
A new Premier League for women's wheelchair basketball is set to launch next year. Organisers hope to emulate the success of Team GB and increase visibility of athletes with disabilities. Lisa Dowd reports.
It is all about the focus. Worcester Wolves have their eye on something big. They want to win the new Women's Premier League, a first for the sport. It will challenge perceptions.
I think a lot of people think, wheelchair basketball, it's just for disabled people, but actually, as soon as you see it, you can see that it's a fast, physical game. It's tactical as well, and once you've watched it, you won't stop. It is just really enjoyable to watch.
We're not going to be bored by it, to say the least. They say it's a non-contact sport. We tend to make a bit of contact.
The GB women's team are currently world and European silver medalists. That success has given the sport a platform to go further. Coverage of the new league will be streamed to a global audience.
It's about making the UK the destination for the world's best female talent, but it's also about seeing it. It won't just pop up at the Paralympics and then disappear again.
The first season runs from January until May.
We talk about visibility, so important for women's sport, and we've seen that growth happen both within football, within rugby, within cricket. And so to have that and this be the first of its kind in the UK for any parasport, and we've gone women first, is going to be really important for the public to actually see the incredible sport that is wheelchair basketball.
Currently, around 17,000 people play it in the UK. The aim is to attract more than 50,000 more.
They're just athletes that tend to be, they have a disability, but some will walk to the court, as we call it, because you won't really recognise they have that. Might have a hip issue, there might be an amputee, but have a leg on, and then all the way through to people that are in a chair sort of 24/7. So the range of disability that can play makes it so inclusive.
It's hoped the league will drive the aspirations of other para-sports to look at how they can create similar opportunities for their athletes. Lisa Dowd, Sky News, Worcester.
Right, let's take a check on what the weather has in store.
Look forward to brighter skies. The weather, sponsored by Qatar Airways.
Unsettled conditions stay with us into Christmas weekend and beyond, with mild air battling cold for dominance. It'll be mild for many this afternoon, with temperatures widely in double figures, but the far north of Scotland will have a chilly wind. Rain will clear across Donegal in Northern Ireland and much of northern England, but will linger over Scotland, becoming more persistent later. Snow will affect the Highlands. Meanwhile, England and Wales will see low cloud and patchy rain spreading eastwards, but Ireland looks mainly fine. Just a few showers are likely
people
there.
all over the world
Scotland
to send money to their loved ones in Africa.
Overnight.
With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hello, lovely listeners. You are listening to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make a date with me this and every Thursday on Starr Radio UK for a time of empowerment, a time of enrichment, inspiring you to stay positive and strong throughout this period. Listen and tune in on every Thursday at 5 p.m. for an hour of power. Stay positive and love you all.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamb Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clemens, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Check me out. He tells me my energy is making him tired.
Yes!
How do you get the energy to do that?
I've been told that I have a lot of energy, but my goodness, I think today I have met my match, people. I have met my match, Miss Suzanne. Wow, amazing.
One of the things that the start of the darkness. The whole of darkness.
So what did that
myself and the world will adjust. And 2019.
Forget the proverbial boardroom. Join me, Simone Frazier, on The CEO, the program that gives you the driving seat over your life. Every Tuesday, 8 p.m. only on Starr Radio.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Turn it on.
Turn it up.
It's your mouth. Bekutu, show them you got the coco set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Starr Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. For here, we they call them London. And that's how you know. Just have fun and stay blessed.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Starr Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth
earth receive a king. Hey, listeners, yes, let earth receive a king. It is Starr Radio UK. I'm Archie, and I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK. Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It's Christmas! Listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year.
UK.
And that is how I say a massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. And a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year to you wherever you might be. It is the Starr Radio UK Thursday edition of the morning show with something playing in the background from the Sowiness, a Christmas tune made in the African port, I say. So on that note, let me say welcome to the program once again. I remain yours sincerely.
This is the morning show. Archie.
So from now till 1 o'clock, when the curtains are brought down for the end of the program, I'm going to be your captain. So brace up, brace yourselves, get up. If you are sitting, sit very comfortably. You are standing, hold on to something. You know, during the travels, at times it gets bumpy, but hey, be rest assured. Archie is here, happiness is near, and I'm going to make sure that I get you to your destination. The info destination. If it's making the lines, the headlines from archaeology to zoology, from Accra to Zanzibar, be rest assured, I will touch on it. But you know, of course, if it happens that maybe some of them eludes me, you also given the opportunity to also share it with us during the course of the program. So at 12 o'clock, when the lines are open, you can also call in and share your take with us pertaining to what you think is going on in your area or what you come by that you want us to all share in. But I'm saying good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, and to the one and only Kojo D, all the way in South London, who will be joining me during the course of the program. And to the family there, I salute you all. And a special good morning goes to Felix, all the way in Aberdeen. Hope you are doing very well, sir. And also, we will be bringing you lots of Christmas tunes during this time as well. A special good morning goes to my colleague Mr. Frank Davis, all the way in Ghana. I hope you are enjoying all the Christmas thing there and the Hamatan, you know. Here we are in the cooler, so that is cool. But you are in the, I don't know, what is it? And then we are going to get some goat and stuff like that. Frank, morning to you, Mom. Good morning to you and to the Betwell family there. Massive good morning to you all. Special good morning also to our money man, Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of GI and Accountancy Services. Massive good morning to you, sir. Mrs. Evelyn Tabiri, yeah, and the girls, Ajwa, Abna, and Shirana Sida. Massive good morning to you all. Hope you are all doing very, very well. To our presenters on Starr Radio UK, Charlotte Odun, massive good morning to you. We hope to be seeing you this evening where you're going to be bringing us a Christmas special. KB Bossman, Vicky Newton, massive good morning to you all. Don't you worry, I'll bring all my greetings tomorrow, God willing, on the last segment of the program. Tomorrow is going to be a smash of a program from 10:30 right down to 12 o'clock. We're going to be finishing at 12 o'clock tomorrow. But we want you to be joining us. It's going to be sort of a wishing well program. Okay, so still playing in the background, some Christmas tunes there. Now let's go to, let me say good morning to all our listeners, those of you in the US, those of you in Europe, those of you in Asia, those of you in Australia, those of you on the African continent, especially those of you in Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Uganda, and Kenya. Well, most of our listeners are. I salute you all. I hope you are all doing very, very good. Share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones and invite them to like our pages as well. It's all Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, so if it's the first time of tuning in to listen to this how the program goes, I'm going to bring you the quotes for the day as usual. We'll bring you the travel update, the weather forecast as well, and then we'll move on to have a look at some of the stories making the rounds across the globe, known as Global Trotting. Then we're going from there at 11 o'clock, bring some updates from Nigeria, and then we'll come back to the UK, look at what is happening here in the UK and across the globe as well. At 12 o'clock exactly, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussions. But before then, if you want to do so, just text or WhatsApp each word to 075-3966-1744. 075-3966-1744. And then Exactly at 12 o'clock, when the lines are open, you can also add your voice to the discussions. Then at 1 o'clock, I will bring the curtains down for the end of the program. But hey, don't you go away. Don't even think of touching the dial. If you have a special Christmas greetings that you want to extend to anybody, you want us to call anybody, anywhere across the globe, I promise you, I'm going to be doing that. But to all our folks who have gone back to Ghana to go and celebrate the Christmas, those of you who have gone to Nigeria, I say massive good morning or good afternoon, whichever is applicable to you, and hope you are enjoying your times there. But it's now 2 days more for the big day. Are you all packed and packed? Or do you want to join the lastminute.com group? I'm the head of the lastminute.com group. So if you want to join us, feel free to do so. Okay, the quote of the day says, if we don't see things through the eyes of love, then we are more likely to have a distorted view of them. If we don't see things through the eyes of love, then we are more likely to have a distorted view of them. One day I'll tell you a story about something that about seeing things. It depends on what you have got on your eyes that you are trying to see. You might have a distorted eye view. Maybe you are wearing some shades that is giving some concave drawing of things, so you don't see it properly. But whatever it is Starr Radio UK. Stay tuned, don't you go away. To all my listeners in Liberia and Ivory Coast as well, salute you all. To Mr. Lion Mikoiki, yummy morning to you. Saying Europe, yes, on a business trip. Yes. We're going to be joining us next week, God willing, before the end of the year. Straight to the weather front. Let me tell you what is happening on the weather front when it comes to the UK or southeast of London, to be specific. It will turn overcast this afternoon with a band of patchy light rain drifting in from the west. A mild day with moderate breezes are expected. But this evening and the start of tonight are expected to be dry and mostly clear. In the early hours, it will turn partly cloudy, but will remain dry along with some patches of mist or fog forming too. And when it comes to the top of the temperature, it's going to be 11 degrees tops and the lowest 7, a bit milder than it's been of late. And when it comes to the UV level, it's going to be low, pollution is going to be low as well. Sunset 15:54 and sunrise for tomorrow morning 08:05 hours. That brings us to the end of the weather forecast for you. For today, I'll be telling you what is going to happen tomorrow, God willing, and on the Christmas day as well. What do you expect? Okay. Just chill. Okay, let's take a break, and once we come back, I'll bring you the travel updates. And don't you worry, I told you that this time the music is going to be flowing very, very well for you as well.
Hello, lovely listeners. You are listening to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make a date with me this and every Thursday on Starr Radio UK for a time of empowerment, a time of enrichment, inspiring you to stay positive and strong throughout this period. Listen and tune in on every Thursday at 5 p.m. for an hour of power. Stay positive and love you all.
Check it out. Keep your eyes on the road. Could it be that you will never keep your eyes on the road.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Yes, so keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads. I'm keeping navigated. I promise I'll on the Starr Radio travel update. I can see where every day from 10:40. It's now 10:51. Yes, in the Christmas mood, are you? Okay, so the travels are being impacted negatively by the Omicron variant and infections in various travel transport industries. So this morning on the underground, let me tell you what is happening there. The Bakerloo line has got minor delays due to train cancellations. On the second line as well, there are severe delays due to train cancellations there as well. Hammersmith and City line has got minor delays due to train cancellations. And Waterloo and City line has got planned closures until early January. The service is suspended. The other side, all the others have got good service there. TFL Rail, DLR, London Tramlink, London Overground, good service. Now keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads. I'm keeping navigated, I promise I'll bond. I'm moving on straight to the river bars this morning. On the river bars, apart from the Woolwich Ferry that is suspended, all the others have got good service. Now keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads. And let's go to the National Rail as well. Few incidents on the National Rail. Avanti West Coast has got special service. East Midlands Railway, minor delays. First Transpennine Express, special service. Now Great Northern, special service. Northern Rail, special service. Scott Rail, special service. Southwestern Railway, special service there as well. Southeastern, special service. And Transport for Wales has also got a special service there as well. But keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the roads. I'm keeping navigated, I promise, our bond. I'm moving on to the final segment of the travel updates for you today. Yes. That is the major roads in London. How is it panning out? Well, on A13 there are closures there, A4 closures, and Central London Red routes closures there as well. And let me take this opportunity to say well once again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what, as I say all the time, continue to keep those eyes on the roads.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Oh, lovely listeners, tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
This concert will be complete. Hallelujah. So Glory to our
welcome back to the program. It's now gone exactly 4 minutes to the top of the hour. That is 4 minutes to 11 here in the UK or GMT, whichever you want to call it. So like I said, this evening exactly at 5 o'clock, the Renee Show with Charlotte Otum will be coming your way. It's going to be a special Christmas program or a pre-Christmas program. So I want to invite someone to join on that one. And then at 6 o'clock, we'll be bringing you BB Means Business. And it will be followed by the Property Hour, a Christmas special one as well by KB Bossman. And he'll be having as his guest PW Omoni. Okay, so but now let's move on to some of the stories making the rounds, global trotting wherever you might be. What is going on around there? Well, ministers watch data as studies say Omicron risk lower. Scientists say early signs are good news, but a big wave of infection could still overwhelm the NHS. So what do you think is going to happen? Are we going to be having a nice Christmas? Let's go around, let's do everything, and then maybe have a new year. Then after that, a circuit breaker comes in, and or do you think that let's get on with it? After all, it's just a bit of it, and then you shake it off. If nothing happens to the NHS, we are all safe, aren't we? But well, in Scotland, nightclubs have been closed for 3 weeks. It follows new restrictions being put on public events and venue earlier this week due to concern over the Omicron. But with this news data that has been revealed, do you think that the Scottish are going to say that, well, we have to revert our decision? Maybe. Global vaccine rollout, a stain on our soul. That is what Gordon Brown is saying. The former Prime Minister says COVID will come back to haunt us without a push to vaccinate the whole world. It's interesting because when it comes to COVID, you cannot be selfish because we are all interdependent. And therefore, if you say, nah, I'm going to do my own, that you have to stay in your bubble all the time. Stay in your home, stay in your house, don't go out. Right? So far as you're going to be going out, my goodness, there's a tendency that you get yourself infected or get someone infected there as well. Let me say good morning to and happy birthday to Dr. Morton. Dr. Morton, it's your birthday today. And a massive happy birthday to you. Nearly you were going to be Christmas born, aren't you? Or weren't you? But well. So you see this man, I think Mrs. Morton, I think you have problem. You have to find a present for him today and then wait and then 2 days time find another present. Or you can put it all together. Can't you? Yes. Okay, Dr. Martin, massive good morning to you and a happy birthday. We hope that the Lord opens the heavens unto you and continue to bless you in all your endeavors. Okay, sir. Doubts that ex-teachers will return by January. Retired staff are being asked to go back because more COVID-related absence are expected next year. So do you think that if you are a retired teacher, they are calling you, would you go? Interested in some music? Yes. You know Coldplay will stop making music as a band in 2025. The band's front man Chris Martin made a revelation in an interview. Okay. Am I putting you in the Christmas mood? Are you enjoying it? Okay, if you're not, then like I said, if we don't see things through the eyes of love, then we are more. If we don't see things through the eyes of love, then we are more likely to have a distorted view of them. So if you're not enjoying it, then there might be something. Maybe the sound that is coming your way, or maybe whatever you're hearing it or listening to us from. But you know what? You can listen listen to us from our apps. Go to the App Store, whether it's iOS or Android. Just go there, download it. It is for free. Just type in Star Radio UK Global. Star Radio Global. Not Star Radio UK. Star Radio Global. And it will pop up and download it. We've got all the other, channels and everything on it. And then you can listen to us or watch us live on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, and all. Okay, let's move on to other parts of the world. Memorial to Tiananmen Square massacre dismantled. Now, it was one of the few remaining public memories in Hong Kong commemorating the 1989 massacre, but it has been dismantled. Oh, the Chinese authority, my goodness. Yes, they are flexing their muscles. If you think that you got it more than them, bring it on. Now, Biden denies failure in Omicron testing response. A shortage of tests have plagued the U.S. while the latest variant has spawned an explosion in cases. Now, Ukraine hopes truce will ease military tension. Russia and Ukraine agree to restore a ceasefire in eastern Ukraine amid a build-up of Russian forces. Early this morning, I was just pondering about what is going on in that part of the world, and I was thinking that what is going to appease the Russians to, rescind their decision and go back home? Is it NATO that is still ruffling their feathers, that they think that they have to now put all those things there? But if they strike, what is going to happen? But I hope with the truce that has been agreed on, maybe a ceasefire will take place. But are the Russian forces going to leave the place? It's another question that people are asking. Well, a U.S. congresswoman has been carjacked at gunpoint in daylight. The lawmakers' government phone and ID were among belongings that were also snatched. Oh, has she compromised security? Well. So global trotting. Funding crisis forces UN to cut food aid in Yemen. 8 million people are going hungry in the war-torn country. Will get barely half of the daily ration. Very sad one there. A good shepherd ring has been found in ancient shipwreck. Historian archaeologists discover a Roman-era gold ring bearing an early Christian depiction of Jesus. I bet it will be, so expensive. I don't think they will want to sell it. But it's all coming your way from Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Spanish to require masks outdoors amid COVID surge. But do you think that with what is happening with the effect of the Omicron, that is not that bad as is being said at the moment, as that of the Delta? Do you think that they are now going to have a relook at it? Get apology over false Putin claim. HarperCollins apologizes to Chelsea FC owner over allegations he was ordered to buy the club. Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Brigitte Macron to sue over false transgender claims. The far-right conspiracy theorists have targeted the French president's wife on social media. And French cry over academic in Islamophobia row. Dozens of academics warn that freedom of expression is at risk after a German professor is suspended. We'll be looking into details of that story as well. A Turkey arrests U.S. citizens over passport handover. Police say the U.S. man gave the document to a Syrian trying to travel to Germany from Istanbul airport. And that will be identification issue there. And Australia is paying millions over allegedly racist scheme. The Aboriginal communities said a welfare scheme criticized as modern day slavery had increased poverty. I'm feeling the music. I hope you are feeling it too. This is Christmas tune made in the African pot, especially this time round in the Ghanaian pot. Well, Chinese cities under lockdown as COVID cases rise. More than 13 million people in the city of Xi'an have been told to stay at home amid a COVID outbreak. Well, with the low impact or ailment from the Omicron, do you think that maybe we will ease things, we'll see things easing, or we'll just continue to, circuit break wherever it could be across the globe? Now, Kashmir Fury at India's plan to withdraw voting map. Now, Kashmir fear Indians' draft proposal to withdraw constituency lines will limit their choice of a leader. This is some of the stories making around in Asia today. But let's move on straight to the African continent and see what is happening there as well. Well, Libya's presidential poll on Friday, impossible. The electoral commission says the landmark election should be postponed for a month. Why? All this while, what preparations were they putting in place? And in Africa as well, Al Ahly retains African Super Cup on penalties. Egyptian giant Al Ahly retained African Super Cup after beating Morocco's Raja Casablanca 6-5 on penalties following a 1-1 draw in Qatar. Look at the way they played in Qatar. Whoa. Okay. The global vaccine rollout, let's talk about that, is stayed on also. So peace is a snake. I'm feeling the music. I'm enjoying myself this morning, and I hope that you are doing so as well. A former cool leader has returned to Guinea. It's one of the stories making the rounds there on the African continent. And Nigeria destroys 1 million expired COVID-19 vaccines. Why were it not given to people? Story that has been picked. It happened in Ghana. African Parliament turning into boxing rings. That's a question that somebody is posing. Well, if you cannot judge, then we blow. Senegalese Parliament to debate bill criminalizing homosexuality. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In Ghana as well, Parliament Brow, you have no right to criticize. Who is speaking? Bawa to the Christian Council. The Christian Council has come to chastise or criticize what happened in the Houses of Parliament, but they were quiet or silent when they were talking about that 1.75 e-levy charge. Well, so now that they had that banter there to, make sure that things take along the way they want it. Well, the Christian Council have come out to say that, you were behaving unruly. But what should they have done? Well, when we had the issue of homosexuality, the bill that was going on, we had all of them coming around to come and criticize it. Are they in favor of this e-levy? That is the question that people are asking. We'll be looking into that in a moment. That is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Tiwa was not hounded out of pleas. Jubilee House requested for her. Sources are saying Mami Tiwa is now out of the plea service, is going to be heading Iyoko. I'll bring you more on that. Get vaccinated or stay out of my church. Pastor to congregants. Hey, now the pastor is giving ultimatum. What about if all the members decide, okay, we are not going to get vaccinated, we're not going to be coming to your church? What happens then? Who are going to be the faithful ones who are going to be appearing there? But that would be interesting. Where a church leader gives an ultimatum. How would you take it? That is quite an interesting one, isn't it? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. Now, prosecution on ruling and violent MPs occupy Ghana demands. Really? Now, Kwaku Bakum has exposed about bargaining over parliamentary quorum. What is he talking about? Well, this and a lot more we're going to be looking at in a moment. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. We're going to take a break pretty soon, and we're going to be looking at some of the stories making the rounds in Nigeria as well. Buhari arrives in Madugri Commission Project Insecurity. This is not Imo we rescued in 2011. That's what they are saying. Controversies trail sacking of 8 indigenous pilots at Arik Air. Okay, Arik Air. I was going to say Arik, but Arik Air in Nigeria. I'm going to be telling you more about that. Why do you sack some people? Is it because they come from a particular tribe? If they are good pilots, why not? If you check them security-wise, why not? Well. In this part of the world, we talk about the color of your skin that could, discriminate against you. But in Africa, tribes, where are you from? Nah. We're looking at all those stories in a moment. That is all Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Keke driver drives off with woman's child as she searches for change. The Oni of Ife's wife announced divorce from the monarch. What sort of money is she going to be getting, And what is happening? How many wives have the Oni got? Maybe this woman can say no more. Like what happened here in the UK a few days ago when the court ruled that the ruler of Dubai should pay the wife how much? Almost $500 million or million pounds. And the police have deployed up to 5,000 police officers for the Yuletide to worship centers and other places in Nasarawa. Those are some of the stories making the rounds. We're going to take a break. We come back and then I'll bring you the updates from Nigeria. So stay tuned. Don't you go away. It's all Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Starr, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
Welcome back to the program. It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. As I announced earlier on, this afternoon it's at 5 o'clock. Yes, the Renew Show will be coming your way with Charlotte Odom. And the topic today is Praise the Lord, Psalm 92 verse 1. And it's how good it is to give thanks to you, O Lord, to sing in your honor, O the Most High God. And a big amen there. So Charlotte Odom will be hosting the program. So join her when she comes, lead you to give thanks and praise to the Almighty God. Then you'll be following at 7 o'clock by the Property Hour Show with KB Boxman, Vicky Newton, and they'll be having PW, William PW Omoni as their guest. Is a director, proactive consult, and PWO finance. Yes, they are looking at property investment and finance. Okay, a review of 2021. Okay, so it's going to make a date with them on that platform. Okay, during that time for that program. All right, then it is now Starr Radio UK. It is now gone exactly 11:22, and I'm going to take you straight to Nigeria and look at some of the stories that is making the rounds in Nigeria. So stay tuned, don't you go away. Now, first and foremost, one of the stories making the rounds in Nigeria today. Wow, an explosion. There's a breaking story that is coming through. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, this is worrying. Explosion rocks Maiduguri as President Buhari visits Bono. Okay, that's the story that's making the rounds, breaking that just came in. No fewer than 3 explosions on Thursday rocked Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, ahead of President Muhammadu Buhari's visit. Channel TV has reported details of the incident, which occurred a few hours before Buhari's visit to the state, are currently sketchy. Now, it says that the Borno State Police Command have not commented yet, but President Buhari had been scheduled to commission an edifice donated by Muhammad Indimi to the University of Maiduguri. He is also expected to commission some projects executed by the Borno State government. I will bring you more details as and when we have it, but this is the security issue that has gone on ahead of the president's visit to Maiduguri, to Bono. But Maiduguri has been rocked by some 3 explosions there. Okay, coming away from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So on the insecurity, this is not the Imo we rescued in 2011. Is a statement that Okorocha has made. The former governor of Imo State, Rokas Okorocha, has spread worries over the high level of killings in the state, saying the state is not the same as the one he governed from 2011. Okorocha expressed displeasure that over 7 governors in the country and other notable individuals would have attended the burial ceremony of Jemima Nwosu, mother of his son-in-law, Uche Nwosu, but could not because any governor visiting Imo State must come with armored vehicles. Indeed, I'm not happy with what is happening in my state. Now, this is not the Imo State we know. These killings must stop. This was the situation I met on ground in 2011 when I came in as governor, and I did my best to bring it to a halt, he said. Now, Kojo, now senator representing Imo State West Senatorial District, said it is at St. Peter's Anglican Church, Eziama Obiri, in Nkwere local government area of Imo State. He opined that many other notable individuals would have attended the burial, but due to insecurity and negative reports coming from the state, they could not. Now, Kojo appealed to youth in the state not to vent their anger on innocent Imo people over poor governance in the state, but rather use their voters' card to express their anger to vote out bad government and leaders both at the state and federal government level in the upcoming general election in 2023. Now recall that Imo State has been in the news in recent time over rising cases of insecurity resulting in killings, kidnapping of notable individuals, including some traditional rulers, by unidentified gunmen. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, with updates from Nigeria. Now, in view of the Yuletide or the Christmas and New Year celebrations that will be taking place, the police have deployed 5,000 operatives to worship centers and others in Nasarawa. The Nasarawa State Police Command on Thursday said it had deployed 5,325 operatives to highways, worship centers, recreational places, critical government infrastructure, public and private facilities across the state ahead of the Yuletide. In a statement issued and made available by the command spokesman, ASP Rahman Nazel, the state's commissioner of police, CP Adesina Soyemi, said a robust, comprehensive and elaborate security arrangement has been put in place throughout the state to ensure that the safety of lives and properties during the period. The CP warned all police personnel to be civil, polite, compassionate, and firm in carrying out their duties without compromise. The statement noted that safer highway patrol teams, anti-kidnapping units, and anti-robbery teams have been strategically deployed along the highways and major roads now throughout the state for the protection and safety of travelers, commuters, and other road users, stressing that anti-cultism units have also been deployed to monitor cult-related activities. It added that intense surveillance and intelligence gathering will be maintained during the period and beyond. The commissioner implored members of the public, particularly travelers and other road users, to cooperate with operatives deployed on visibility, policing, and crime prevention patrols. He further enjoined the people of the state to be security conscious, vigilant, and report any untoward incident or happening observed in their locality to the nearest police station. So coming away from Starr Radio UK, it is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, one of the top stories that I brought earlier on, the headlines: the Oni of Ife's wife has announced divorce from the monarch. The wife of the Oni of Ife, Olori Silekunola Naomi, has reportedly announced her divorce from Oba Adeyeye Ogunwose. In a statement on her Facebook page on Thursday, Olori Naomi said her decision to move on was not based on the decision of the monarch to marry another queen. Now she wrote, "I bless the Lord Almighty for his faithfulness in the last 3 years of my marriage. In life's journey, it isn't how far, still how well indeed, though Satan should buffet it if trials should come. I have this blessed assurance controlling all situations and saying to me, it is well with my soul. Certainly it is well. I made my journey into the ancient throne of life with faith in my heart and love for the keeper of it." Now, a few impressions I would love to correct. If anyone knows otherwise, they are free to come up with facts. Let it be known that this decision to move on did not come because His Majesty is married to another queen. As many would love to assume, throughout our life as a couple, I was the only married wife to him. There were side attractions, but it was never an issue. I never approached him with any revelation of any sort or any believed as many believe. He contacted me first and made his proposal known several months later. The marriage was not an arranged one, as many have misconstrued. I never knew the prophetess said to have introduced me to him. Instead, he introduced her to me after I agreed to marry him. I was only being polite out of respect for him. I've never been pregnant all my life before Tadine Kao. My son is my first ever pregnancy with medical reports to back it up. The girl who is said to be my daughter is my niece. I did my best to endure and make it work. Many times I smiled through the struggle, but I have finally realized I had just one assignment, my son. And when God is done, he is done. He chose Saul to be king, and when he was done, he told the prophet Samuel, I have moved on. Religion was never an issue between us. Please refer to my interview on the channel that she's put across. Now, His Majesty has a picture he would love the world to see and perceive him as, and another one which is his true self. Now, today I announce the beginning of a new dawn and the close of a chapter. Today I am a mother to God's unique gift. I am no longer a slave to my thoughts of perfection. I, at this moment, announce that I shall no longer be referred to as wife to the Oni of Ife or as queen of Ife, but as the queen of the people and the mother of my adorable prince. Well, I think she's taking something from Lady Diana, so she didn't become, she was no more a princess, but she became the people's princess. So that's what she's doing, or that's what she's saying. Well, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:32. Let me bring you one final story, and then we bring the update from Nigeria to a close, and we move on. Well, I did talk about the Arik Air issue that seemed to be going on, but Air Arik sacks pilots over gross act of indiscipline. That's what they are saying. But let me bring you the first one, and then we can look at the rebuttal from the Arik Air. Now, controversies have continued to trail the sack of 8 Nigerian pilots at Arik Air by the airline's management, while the management alleges that the pilots were dismissed for embarking on illegal strike action. The local pilots on the airline claimed that their sack was based on their raising of safety concerns in the operation of the airline. Now, if your pilots come out to say that, what do you think passengers will do? A document obtained with a head call for acknowledgement of safety concerns stated that on December 16, the local pilots of Arik Air in receivership had written a letter with regards to many persistent issues intertwined with safety in the airline after a series of verbal requests to meet receiver manager Mr. Camilo Omokide. Now, the pilots claimed that it was clear the receiver manager was not willing to meet the pilots or wrote back to acknowledge their request for a physical meeting with it. Now, rather than meet with the pilots claim that Omokide composed an end-of-year email to all staff, advised the pilot to resign in orderly manner instead of having a meeting with him. The document regretted that the situation created a shared sentiment among the local pilots, claiming that their grave concerns had been dismissed and were on the opinion that drastic action was required to address the safety issues in the airline. The document added, after our letter to the management of Arik Air in receivership requesting to see the receiver manager did not acknowledge, on Monday, December 20, 2021, we wrote to Arik Operations and Crew Control, notifying them that due to serious safety concerns, we will be unavailable to fly until we had the opportunity to share these concerns with the receiver manager. The issue's existence affected all staff inclusive of drivers, cabin crew, and even baggage handlers. All local pilots were called for an emergency meeting scheduled for 21 hours on December 20. All local pilots attended the impromptu meeting and again requested a virtual meeting with the receiver manager, as it was felt that it was best to share our concerns with the head of the company. During the meeting, we were informed that the receiver manager was not interested in meeting with us until further notice due to his state of mind. which we felt disregarded the significance and seriousness of our request. The pilots insisted that if they were unable to share their concerns with regards to morale, remuneration, and the current safety issues in existence with the appropriate company representatives, then they will not be able to fly until the issues were readdressed. Okay, but now a reaction from the Arik Air is saying that Arik Air had sacked some pilots for embarking on a strike action without following the due process. The Arik Air PR and communications manager Adebanji Ola disclosed this in a statement yesterday, describing the action as a gross act of indiscipline. In a quote, he said, "The pilots did not serve a strike notice in accordance with labor laws. They neither submitted any issues of dispute to the National Association of Airline Pilots and Engineers, their umbrella union, nor did they submit any statement of demands to the management of the company," the statement added. Now, it goes further to say, there were also no ongoing discussions between the management and the pilots on any resolved labor issues. The actions were spontaneous and callous. It said during the pilot's action, several flights were cancelled, leaving passengers stranded. The company explained that the pilot's action, especially considering the Yuletide season, which is a peak period in the aviation industry, is nothing but treachery. They peddle for not the reputation and financial health of the company, the company noted. According to Arik Air, the airline recently had discussions with aviation unions on the conditions of service for staff, leading to the signing of a robust condition of service and redundancy benefits for staff. And that is where I bring to an end the updates from Nigeria. Well, so what do you think about all those stories that I've touched on? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to take a musical break, and once we come back, we continue with the show. But we'll be looking at what stories making the rounds here in the UK. Well, the Omicron is not as risky as earlier thought. So what is going to be the plan B or plan C? Whatever it is, enjoy the song from Kirk Franklin, and it says a gospel, "Oh come all ye faithful." Enjoy.
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Lord.
Oh, come let us adore him, cries the Lord. Putting you in a Christmas mood wherever you are this morning. It is Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactement 11:45 from the House of London, and it is the Thursday edition of the morning show. Yes. Now let's go have a look at some of the stories making the round, but you can continue to share the broadcast with your friends and loved ones as we enjoy the Yuletide. I'm putting you in a Christmas mood. It's beginning to look a lot more like Christmas. All right then. Okay, so now let's look at some of the stories making the rounds from this part of the world, and then we can continue. Now, ministers are watching the data as studies say Omicron risk seem to be a bit lower as was earlier better than earlier on thought. Okay, now the story says the UK government says it is monitoring COVID data after early studies found the Omicron variant could cause milder illness than the Delta variant. Now scientists said the findings were good news, but warned a big wave of cases could still overwhelm the NHS. But interestingly, looking at what happened yesterday, on Wednesday, more than 100,000 people in the UK cases were reported for the first time. Now, Health Secretary Sajid Javid said no further restrictions were needed for England at present, but urged people to be cautious over Christmas. Now, if you are meeting people who are more vulnerable, I think a really sensible thing is to take a lateral flow test and make sure you're negative, he said. Now, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland have all announced further measures to kick in from the 26th of December, but no further curbs have been announced in England. Asked when people in England will get clarity on potential rule changes, Mr. Javid said, "We do have clarity. The government has taken action already, the so-called Plan B. We're clear that there is no need for any kind of further restrictions of any type before Christmas. But of course, we will keep the situation under review." Pressed again on potential rule changes after Christmas, Mr. Javid added, "We're not planning any further announcement this week. So hopefully we'll see what happens next week." Well, it is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to exactement 12 minutes to the top of the hour. I am Archie, bringing you what you know to know, or what you want to know when it comes to the UK front. Well, some other stories making the rounds. When it comes to Scotland, Felix, I know Felix, he doesn't give him monkeys about that, Well, he gets his job, he just, so he'll be safe there. But it says nightclubs in Scotland are to close for 3 weeks from the 27th of December. And as I said earlier on, with this information coming through, is there going to be a change in the rules when it comes to the Omicron? Now, nightclubs in Scotland are to close for 3 weeks from the 27th of December. Deputy First Minister John Sweeney has said it comes after fresh restrictions were put on large events and hospitality venues earlier this week due to concern over the Omicron variant. Mr. Sweeney said a new law will require nightclubs to close for 3 weeks rather than have them try to enforce 1 meter distancing between customers. He said funding will be available to support affected businesses. Mr. Sweeney said nightclubs will have the option to stay open by effectively becoming a bar, but a physical distancing and table service will need to be in place. He said, "We consider that closure in regulation combined with financial support may reduce losses and help these businesses weather what we hope will be a short period until they are able to operate normally again." People in Scotland have not been told to cancel their Christmas plans, but have been urged to stay at home as much as possible throughout the rest of the festive period and to limit any gatherings to 3 households. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 10 minutes to the top of the hour. Still bringing you stories making the rounds here in England or in the UK. My apologies. Now, energy bills are set to soar 50% unless government intervenes, the industry is warning. The energy bills will soar another 50% next year unless the government intervenes, the industry has warned. The supplier EDL said the situation was critical as customers already seeing record bills are hit with some with more rises due to surging wholesale gas prices. Now, Emma Pinchbeck, head of trade body UK Energy, said rising prices were now starting to hurt the economy. The government said it had measures to protect consumers, but she told tax cuts and green levies will help. Now, other European governments also hit by the global rise in energy costs were doing more, Ms. Pinchbeck said. In a quote, she said, we've had a record-breaking gas prices since September, and over the last couple of weeks, prices have spiked again, she said. They are at a level that, frankly, we have not seen before. It's looking pretty serious for the spring. Domestic energy bills are going to go up to between 45 and 50%. Now, wholesale costs hit another record this week of 450 per FM, which experts predict could take average annually bills to about £2,000 next year. So Ms. Pinchuk said that across Europe, governments were asking energy-intensive commercial users to curb demand from factories in order to make savings and ease the knock-on impact on that. Now, we are asking our treasury to intervene as other governments have when it comes to bills. It's worth remembering that less than a fifth is in the control of supplies, she said. So, what is your take? Somebody say, what is next year bringing us? But that's quite an interesting one. If these bills begin to soar next year, gee, what is going to be for us? Maybe somebody will say we have to go back to our charcoal ways, where we use woods and stuff like that, burn woods to cook. Going back in time. All right, and environmental people will come and tell you that, well, that's environmental degradation, that is causing ozone layer depletion and all that stuff. Well, it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK at 7 minutes to the top of the hour. Well, interesting, those of you who want to know if the Queen, some people were worried that the Queen will not be able to celebrate the Christmas the way she's supposed to, as she said that she's going to be staying, she will not be going to Sandringham. Now, it comes after the Queen cancelled her traditional festive break at Sandringham. Charles and Camilla to join Queen for Christmas. Okay. And the Christmas travel in full swing despite disruption. Almost half of Britons are to travel to visit loved ones, but caution about Omicron is widespread. Those are some of the stories coming your way. And Coldplay to stop making music as a band in 2025. Those of you who like Coldplay, I've loved Coldplay, some of the songs, you know. Yes, the band frontman Chris Martin has made a revelation in an interview. Reasons I'm not sure of, but well, let me give you some of the reasons. As our last proper record will come out in 2025, and after that, I think we will only tour, he said, and maybe we'll do some collaborating things. But the Coldplay catalog, as it were, finishes then. All right, I think it's now time for them to now take a chill and not a bow per se, because they'll be going touring, but just take it easy, not coming out with any albums. What about that? Well, it is Starr Radio UK. Maybe they've got a lot in their catalog already, so that's what they might be playing on. But it's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to take a quick break. Once we come back, I'll take you straight to our parts of the world, and we'll look at what is happening there. Okay. One other story. My apologies. My producer just touched on that with me because I did touch on it. The headlines earlier on. Retired teachers are offering to ease school staffing issues. Offering to ease school staffing issues are unlikely to be in classrooms when school reopens in England. Supply agencies have warned they are being asked to go back because more COVID-related staff absence are expected next step. Now, agencies say they already have backlogs of potential supply teachers waiting for criminal record checks. The government says ex-teachers who sign up at after Christmas will be teaching in schools later in January. The Department for Education said on Monday that the disclosure and barring services, that's the DBS, will continue to issue 80% of enhanced checks within 14 days, adding that it will be ready to meet any spikes in demand for its service. However, Claire Othman, managing director of agency Supply Desk, said her agency had a backlog of around 100 candidates who were at the final stage of waiting for DBS before the government's appeal. Some of these are taking a month or 2 months plus to actually come through. So the issue now is with the DBS. Each person could teach 30 children. That's 3,000 children who could have had a teacher just from us awaiting DBS checks. Well, the checks have to be rigorous, especially when it comes to kids. So what do you think? But well, it is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:57. That's 3 minutes to the top of the hour. So let's take a break. Yes. And then we come back and I take you to other parts of the world to tell you about what is happening there. Stay tuned and don't go away.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Starr Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Welcome back to the program. 11:59 the time. That is almost 12 o'clock. It is the Thursday edition of the morning show. Let me announce the lines open. We take a musical break and then we continue with the news that is making the rounds across the globe. If you want to join in the discussions this morning or now, let me call it this afternoon, yes, call us on 0208-133-2257 or 58. 0208-133-2257 or 58. Or you can text you can you can text or WhatsApp us. It is 07539661744. 07539661744. You can also, if you are in the US, Canada, or the Caribbean area, it is 001-718-303-2737. 001-718-303-2737. Get in touch with us. You can tweet at us as well. Our Twitter handle is at Starr Radio UK, and email address is info@starradiouk.com. Okay, so enjoy this music, this tune from Nana Blue. It says Afishapa, and I'll bring you all the other stories making the rounds.
Kaufman's music.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hello, lovely listeners. Tune in to the renewed show with Charlotte. Make it a date to listen to me this and every Thursday at 5 p.m. on Star Radio UK. Tune in to an hour of power, an hour of encouragement, an hour to inspire you to stay positive and strong in this season. See you there and listen.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Star Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Welcome back to the program. It's now gone exactly 5 minutes past the top of the hour. That is 5 minutes past 12 here in the UK. So the lines are open as I announced earlier on. You can join in, hop in, and share your take with me when it comes to any of the issues that is making the rounds, ones that I've touched on and others that you are looking forward to also bringing to the fore. Feel free to do so. But well, topmost on the agenda this morning, I'll be going to China pretty soon, or Hong Kong, but I'll bring you more stories on that. But let's go to the US first and look at some of the stories making the rounds there. The US President Joe Biden has said government measures to tackle the global supply chain issues have averted the pre-Christmas crisis. He was speaking ahead of a meeting with officials and company bosses, including transportation giant FedEx. Now, in June, he created a task force to address rising prices and shortages of goods caused by the pandemic. However, some business owners and industry experts say American firms are still facing supply problems. The much-predicted crisis didn't occur, Mr. Biden said ahead of a meeting with the Supply Chain Disruption Task Force and corporate executives. He went on to say that the shop shelves are stocked at 90% of their full capacity and deliveries are happening at a faster rate than before the pandemic. Packages are moving, gifts are being delivered, shelves are not empty. The meeting included the Secretaries of Agriculture, Commerce, Labor and Transportation, as well as the National Economic Council Director Brian Dees and Port Envoy John Pocari. The chief executives of clothing retailer Gap, Kansas-based trucking company Yellow Cup, and the American Association of Port Authorities also took part in the event. FedEx chief executive Fred Smith said most of Santa Claus products will be delivered to the consumer, but supply chain issues are not solved. Not all solved. So at least we know that the kids, the little ones who don't understand anything, thinking that Santa is coming, be rest assured Santa will deliver on his promise. It's coming your way from Star Radio UK. Well, and then moving on to one other story in the U.S. front as well. A U.S. congresswoman has had her car and possessions snatched from her at gunpoint in a daylight carjacking in the city of Philadelphia. Now, Mary Gay Scanlon. Okay, Mary Gay Scanlon, government phone and ID were among belongings that the two robbers took. The Democrat was not injured, her office has said. But the issue here now is, has security been compromised? Or knowing this, they would have just locked everything. The FBI is assisting in the hunt for the attackers. Like many U.S. cities, Philadelphia has seen an uptick in violent crimes over the past year. In a statement, the city mayor, Jim Kenney, a Democrat, called the robbery, which occurred at 14 hours 45 local time, that is 19 hours 45 GMT on Wednesday, are appalling. The two main attackers struck after Miss Cannon toured FDR Park in South Philadelphia, part of her congressional district, and was walking alone back to her 2017 Acura MDX. She had been there for a work meeting, her office said. A dark-colored SUV approached and two armed males inside demanded her keys and belongings. Didn't know who she was. Now she's feeling tough. She is feeling tough, so I know she will be okay, tweeted fellow Democratic Philadelphia Congressman Brandon Boyle. Philadelphia has witnessed an 80% increase in carjacking in 2021, and that is a big wow. Gunpoint robberies are up 27% compared with 2020 in the place known as the City of Brotherly Love. Philadelphia has also been seeing a record 544 homicide this year, up from 347 in all of 2019, according to the Wall Street Journal. And that is quite worrying. That is quite worrying. And let me take the opportunity to say good early, that would be early morning to my brothers or my family there, in those of you in Chicago and those of you in Florida and those of you in Texas and those of you in Minnesota. I salute you all. Okay, I hope you are all doing very, very well. Okay, now let's move on straight to some of the other stories making the rounds in. Let me see whether that was all that was touching up on from the yes, that is it. Okay, so now let's move on to other parts of the world. Now, funding crisis. Okay, my apologies. Now, funding crisis forces UN to cut food assistance is a story that's making the rounds in the Middle East. The World Food Program has been forced to reduce food assistance to 8 million people in need in Yemen because it's running out of funds. Now, from January, affected families will get barely half the daily minimum ration from the UN agency. The 5 million Yemenis at immediate risk of slipping into famine conditions will remain on a full ration for now. The WFP warned that its food stocks were dangerously low. A more severe reduction will soon be unavoidable. Now, donors have pledged only $2.2 billion of the $3.8 billion requested by the UN agencies for the humanitarian aid efforts in the war-torn country this year. Now, the WFP needed $813 million to continue to assist the most vulnerable until May, and $1.9 billion to help those on the brink of famine throughout 2022. Now, the issue is, why don't we tackle the main cause of this problem, and that is the war that is going on? Why can't the UN let's try to forestall peace in that part of the world? You know, because people have got parochial interests, or some countries have got parochial interests because they are selling arms to one person and know that those arms will be used there and stuff like that. They seem to be on one hand saying that stop it, the other hand saying that go on, because they are making money from there. But it's quite worrying when we see stories like that. But hey, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 13 minutes past the top of the hour. Well, famine. Every country is struggling as well. So I bet they're going to say that, well, we are cutting down on our foreign aid. And that seems to be the trend now. Okay. In the UK, my apologies, in Europe, Ukraine hopes truce will ease military tension. And what is all that about? Russia and Ukraine have agreed to restore a 2020 ceasefire deal in eastern Ukraine, prompting a top official in Kiev to say that the coming holidays should be peaceful. The Ukrainian Presidential Chief of Staff Andrei Yermak hailed the deal brokered by Europe's OSCE organization as a step towards de-escalation. Now, the agreement coincides with the heightened tension in the region. Ukraine and the West say Russia has sent 100,000 troops near the border. Earlier this week, Russia President Vladimir Putin threatened adequate military technical response measures if what he called the West's aggressive line continued. However, he said on Thursday it was not his preferred choice and expressed hope for talks in Geneva with the US next month. Now, Russian officials deny any plans for an invasion. However, the defense ministry in Moscow said it was carrying out military exercise in the area on Thursday and Friday. Germany has expressed alarm at Russia's troops movement and said dialogue was now essential to try to defuse a major crisis. The President Putin has demanded guarantees that NATO will abandon military activity in Eastern Europe and not allow Ukraine to join the Western Defensive Alliance. During this annual end of year press conference, during his annual end of year press conference, he accused NATO of cheating Russia with 5 waves of expansion. Now, Russia has reportedly sent the US proposed date for talks next month. According to reports from Moscow, the ball was now in the West's court, Mr. Putin told journalists. Now, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg said this week he also hoped for talks with Russia early next year, but was adamant that Ukraine's membership of the alliance was up to NATO and Kiev. Any dialogue with Russia has, of course, to respect the core principle which European security has been based on. So, what is Russia scared of? The fact that Ukraine will join the Western alliance, or what? You are armed. Will they attack you? Or is it because they think that, well, maybe they'll be siphoning or trying to look into, standing out there, but looking into their country and getting intelligence or stuff like that? Well, it is Starr Radio UK, 17 minutes past the top of the hour at the time. Your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, Starr Radio UK. Well, increasingly, Brigitte Macron is set to take a legal action over an internet conspiracy theory that she is a transgender woman and was born male. The French First Lady has been targeted on social media with the false claims after they were published on a far-right website in September, then circulated by conspiracy theorists. The rumors claim she was born male under the name Jean-Michel Trogner. The name has trended on social media with tens of thousands of mentions. A lawyer for Mrs. Macron, who is the mother of 3 adult children from her first marriage, confirmed she is taking action. She had decided to initiate proceedings. It is in progress, lawyer John Archie confirmed to the AFP. The lies about the 68-year-old have been spread by accounts opposed to her husband, President Emmanuel Macron, including those on the political far-right anti-vaccine groups and from the QAnon conspiracy movement. French media have traced the story to an article written on a far-right journal by a woman named Natasha Ray. It is then found a wider audience after being disclosed in a much-viewed YouTube broadcast with viewers with views shared online by assortment of anti-vaxxers. Now, covers skeptics and far-right activists, according to Liberation newspaper. Well, it is all coming your way. So what do you think Mrs. Macron should do as she's embarked on a legal action against them? Well. Ha! People will not mind their own business, will they? Well, it's all coming away from Star Radio UK. Now, one other story from Europe before we move to Asia. Now, dozens of French academics have warned that freedom of expression is at risk after a German professor who was suspended over a row with politics students. Now, Klaus Kinsler has been locked in dispute for months over accusation of Islamophobia at Sciences Po Grenoble. In a case that has provoked allegation of left-wing cancel culture, the Political Studies Institute has suspended him for defamatory remarks. The institute is now set to lose local funding because of the row. Now, Laurent Waquiz, the right-wing leader of Gen-Rhône-Alpes region, said an annual €100,000 subsidy was being suspended. His decision was widely welcomed by the figures on the right of French politics, with just 4 months to go before a presidential election in which centrist sitting president Emmanuel Macron is leading the opinion polls. But the Politics Institute said the removal of funding was politically motivated and jeopardized students who struggle to access higher education. Now, 40 people, mostly academics, have now signed an open letter to Higher Education Minister Frédéric Vidal, warning that pluralism in teaching and research is under threat, with teachers and students alike resorting to self-censorship. It's all coming your way from Star Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. You say Jack, you say it's misconstrued as that. You say that is misconstrued as that. So it makes it quite a difficult one. But 12:21 at the time. Well, the morning show, the program. Okay. Now, in Australia is paying millions over allegedly racist schemes. Now, Australian government will pay 2 million, that is 1.1 million euros or 1.1 million pounds or 1.4 million dollars. So 2 million Australian dollars, okay, in compensation to hundreds of Aboriginal people who said a welfare scheme was racist. The Work for Dough scheme required people in remote outback communities to work up to 25 hours a week to receive income benefits. But its strict requirements meant that many vulnerable people were pushed further into poverty, critics have said. The government settled the lawsuit but did not admit it was at fault. Now, several people had struggled to survive after having their payment cut off, advocates have said. Now, Australia controversially requires welfare recipients to record job searches and other tasks in order to receive payments. But advocates say these requirements disadvantage Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people living in some Australian poorest and most isolated communities. Residents have limited access to phone, internet, and transport services. Many face additional language, cultural, education, and health barriers. Now, critics argue the community development program introduced in 2015 was racist because it set harsher rules than other welfare schemes. Over 80% of those using the CDP were Aboriginal Australians. Well, it's interesting when you see such stories, because the issue is now when you came to their land, when you took over their land, push them away from where they were living. Now they find themselves in other places where, and then you tell them that, well, until you go do some 25 hours work, where would they get a work if they are living outskirts? Have you seen Australia? Do you see how large and how spread it is, and how some places, I mean, you have to travel for ages, miles, hundreds of miles before you can get to a community or stuff like that. Like, if that particular community has not got any work to be done, how can they? Well, it is Star Radio UK. I'm not advocating for people just not working and getting the dough. No, Now, that's not what I'm advocating for, but I believe that it should be fair and not targeted towards a particular group of people, because you know that this is the predicament that they find themselves, or precarious situation that they find themselves in, and therefore cannot move about the way it's supposed to be. But it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, Kashmir fury at India's plan to withdraw voting map. And what's that story about? A controversy has erupted in India administered Kashmir over a proposal to withdraw the region's electoral map. The draft proposes an increase in assembly seats that could raise the influence of the Hindu-dominated Jammu region in the disputed region's electoral politics. The residents of the Muslim-dominated Kashmir Valley fear this will reduce their say in choosing leaders. Now, mainstream politics or political leaders say this could sound the death knell for pro-Indian politics in the region. The latest move comes on the heels of various other measures that have increased the sense of alienation people in Muslim-majority Kashmir feel from the rest of India, which is overwhelmingly Hindu. Relations between Kashmir and Delhi have been tense for decades, but became worse after 2019 when Narendra Modi's Hindu nationalist government stripped Jammu and Kashmir state of its special status and divided it into two federally administered territories. Well, these are all coming your way, and it's from where? Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now let's move on to China. Now the first story talks about the Chinese city and the lockdown as COVID cases rise, and I'm asking the question that, do you think with this further information coming through that Omicron is not as bad as the Delta, the impact is not as bad as the Delta, will cause them to maybe have a rethink? But more than 30 million people in the Chinese city of Xi'an had been ordered to stay at home as authorities attempt to tackle a COVID outbreaks there. Now, the northern city has recorded 143 infections since 9th of December. Under the new restrictions announced on Wednesday, only one person per household is allowed to leave home every 2 days to buy essential goods. Now, China has a strict zero COVID strategy using mass testing and lockdowns to stop outbreaks. The country is on high alert for COVID as it gears up to host the 2022 Winter Olympics in February. Now, residents of Xi'an, known for its terracotta warriors, are not allowed to leave the city unless they were extenuating circumstances and approval from officials to do so. The restrictions came into effect at midnight on Thursday local time. It is not yet known how long the restrictions will last, and especially when it comes to the Omicron variant. Well, if that's what they have been infected with, how long would that last there? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Then a final story from there, and then we can move on. Pillar of shame. Hong Kong's Tiananmen Square statue has been removed. A famous statue at the University of Hong Kong, marking the Tiananmen Square massacre, was removed late on Wednesday. The statue showed piles up corpses to commemorate the hundreds, possibly thousands of pro-democracy protesters killed by the Chinese authorities in 1989. It was one of the few remaining public memorials in Hong Kong commemorating the incident. Its removal comes as Beijing has increasingly been cracking down on political dissent in Hong Kong. The city used to be one of few places in China that allow public commemoration of the Tiananmen Square protests, a highly sensitive topic in the country. In 1989, Beijing's Tiananmen Square became the focus of demonstrations calling for greater political freedoms. Now, thousands of people camped for weeks in the square, but in June, the military moved in and troops opened fire. The Chinese government says 200 civilians and several dozen security personnel died. Other estimates have ranged from hundreds to as many as tens of 10,000s. But well, the university had initially ordered the removal of the statue called the Pillar of Shame in October. The decision on the aged statue was based on external legal advice and risk assessment for the best interests of the university. It said in a statement on Thursday, the university is also concerned about the potential safety issues resulting from the fragile statue. The Chinese authorities have previously cited safety or public health concerns as reasons for preventing events such as vigils taking place on anniversaries of the Tiananmen Square massacre. The first sign the state was being taken down came late on the statue was being taken down came late on Wednesday when university officials fenced off the area with plastic sheeting. Okay, and therefore it is now the construction workers worked overnight behind plastic barriers to dismantle the 8-meter copper statue. Security guards blocked reporters from approaching and try to stop them from filming. So it is over. It's all gone now. So what is going to happen? It's now 12:30. It is the Thursday edition of the morning show. It's beginning to look a lot more like Christmas. Enjoy this song, and then I'll be with you on the final segment of the program today. So don't you go away. It is all Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa Claus is on his way. He's bringing lots of toys for them to play, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering the simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas to you. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the hills we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. Oh, what fun to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Ding dong, Christmas bells are ringing. Caroling, caroling, now we go. Christmas bells are ringing. Caroling, caroling through the snow. Christmas
In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let us
Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7. At work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
Well, so I'll be home for Christmas. I'm in your homes, aren't I? So wherever you are listening to me, I'm from, whether in your car, at home, or in your offices, I am there with you.
all around the world. In your car,
at work,
at home,
on your smartphone.
Yes. This is Starr Radio UK, the final segment of the morning show. As I announced earlier on, if you want to join the discussion, feel free to do so. But now let's look at some of the stories making the rounds on the African continent. Yes. Okay, Libya's presidential poll on Friday is going to be impossible. That is information that is coming through. That is tomorrow. The information coming through says that, well, Libya's election commission has called for the country's first presidential poll due to take place on Friday to be postponed for a month. It proposed a new date of the 24th of January after liaising with Parliament. The commission said a parliamentary committee had earlier said that it will be impossible to hold elections on Friday. The run-up to the poll had been marred by disputes over the eligibility of candidates and growing security fears. Libya has been in turmoil since long-serving ruler Muammar Gaddafi was overthrown and killed in 2011. The UN and Western powers had hoped that the election will bolster efforts to achieve peace and democracy in Libya, a strategically important country that is a major oil producer and a transit point for migrants to Europe. The U.S. ambassador to Libya, Richard Nolan, said the U.S. shared the disappointment of Libyans who wanted to vote, but he said Libyan leaders should expeditiously address all legal and political obstacles to hold elections, including finalizing the list of presidential candidates. The Electoral Commission had rejected the candidacy of Colonel Gaddafi's son, Saif al-Islam, but his lawyers said a court had overturned his decision, so he can still run for it. So, military prosecutors said the Electoral Commission should stop processing his application until he was questioned over accusations of human rights abuses. Last month, a court in Misrata in western Libya sentenced him to death in absentia for bombing a military college in 2019. Really? Now, there are concerns about security in the capital Tripoli, where armed groups took up positions in suburbs around the city last Tuesday. On Monday, 4 oil fields in the south were closed. And those are the stories making the rounds there. What do you think is going to happen? It is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now moving on straight, so on the African continent. Yes, 12:38 the time. A former coup leader has returned to Guinea. Yes. Now, with the new Guinean leader, the man who led a 2008 coup in Guinea and whose brief rule was marked by a stadium massacre, returned to the West African country Wednesday after more than a decade in exile in Burkina Faso. Moussa Dadis Camara left Guinea in December 2019 after narrowly surviving an assassination attempt carried out by one of his own bodyguards. In Conakry, many in Conakry are happy for his return. Really, I'm delighted by his return after a decade in exile out of his country. I'm so happy, said Kavil Gui Foromo, a Conakry resident. Now, Camara's exile eventually paved the way for Guinea's first democratic elections since independence from France which put Alpha Conde in power. In memory of the victims of these painful events, for the respect of the institution of republic, and for the integrity of history, I am fully committed, as I have always been, to tell my version of the truth in the matter of 28 September, and I'm ready to put myself at the disposal of the courts, because nobody is above the law. So that is the kind of event that kind of event will never again plunge Guinea into mourning. For years, the government has sought to prevent Camara's homecoming, but well, now he's in town. What is going to happen? Will he now also try to use his influence for try to join a party, or is his party still in power there? We'll be looking into all those stories as they unfold. 20 minutes to the top of the hour at a time. Starr Radio UK, the station, the morning show, the program. Of course, I am Archie. I remain yours sincerely. Okay. Okay, before we run up, there are some other issues making the rounds there. Before we go to Ghana, let me put it that way. Now, a group of MPs in Senegal tabled a bill on Wednesday. So it seems to be something that's going on across the sub-region or the African continent itself. A group of MPs in Senegal tabled a bill on Wednesday to strengthen the repression of homosexuality in the Muslim-majority West African country. The bill was tabled by MPs Mahmoud Lamine Diallo, Sheikh Bamba Dia, Alou Souari, and Mustafa Gurazi, all from the parliamentary opposition. It is not illegal to identify as gay in the deeply conservative Muslim nation, but some sex activity is already punishable by up to 5 years in prison. All of Senegal is behind this bill. It is good that the United States... My apologies. Don't worry, it's my phone trying to respond to me. It is not illegal to identify as gay in the deeply conservative Muslim nation, but same-sex activity is already punishable by up to 5 years in prison. Now, with the support of religious leaders, movement leaders, and youth, this bill will undoubtedly be passed in the National Assembly because it is a social demand, said Imam Alori Badara Ndao, member of the Association of Anda and Some. Okay, and the bill aims at amending the penal code to issue a sentence of 5 to 10 years imprisonment and a fine of $18,000 and $8,000 without the possibility of appeal to anyone found guilty of unnatural acts. Well, it is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. And let me say good afternoon to Merciful Vessel. And let me say Merry Christmas to you as well, and to the family, and to Sister Gina Latte as well. Good afternoon to you, and Merry Christmas to you all, to all our listeners. Those of you watching us live on the YouTube, I salute you all. And those of you on our apps, I salute you all. And thank you very much. Especially those of you in Africa who are watching us live. I know it costs you an arm and a leg, but you continue to do so. And I appreciate your patronage there. But it's all Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. 17 minutes to the top of the hour at the time, the morning show. One other story. Well, El Ahly has beaten Raja Casablanca on penalties to retain the CAF Super Cup. But I will not have the time to look into it. But my question is, why was the game played in Qatar? Why? It's an African tournament, so why was it played in Qatar? Okay, let's move on to some other stories making the round. In every chaos, shameful, embarrassing, Mensa Bonsu says, well, if they cannot Jojo, then they can. Well, Ghana has not seen anything of the sort before, but prosecuting unruly and violent MPs, that is what Occupy Ghana is saying. And let me bring you that. The pressure group Occupy Ghana has called for the prosecution of members of parliament who engaged in an open fight on Monday, December 20, on the floor of parliament. In a statement, Occupy Ghana described the behavior of the MPs as uncouth, dishonorable, un-Ghanaian, and an absolute embarrassment to the nation. The group also stated that it disagrees with the position of the police that it's powerless to intervene in issues on the floor of parliament. According to the group, none of the immunities granted by the constitution to MPs is in Article 115 to 120 covers crimes committed anywhere, including the floor of parliament. Now, since the law is no respecter of persons, those MPs caught on camera engaging in violence should be made to face the law. We note that the police have already indicated by its public statement dated the 21st of December 2021 that it's powerless to intervene in the matter. But we disagree. None of the immunities granted by the Constitution to MPs in Article 115 to 120 covers crimes committed anywhere, including the floor of parliament. Specifically, the MP's immunity in Article 116 is especially limited to any further or thing brought by him in or before parliament by petition, bill, motion, or otherwise. There is no possible interpretation of this immunity that will cover the crimes we saw them commit on TV. The statement comes on the back of recent physical exchanges between members of the two sides of the House over the controversial levy. I would say is the passion of their constituent that was driving them to go to that length. Now it's got to they fall short of throwing their chairs around. You know, there are some countries, I think India or some of the other countries that have got they've been a brow in their parliament and they've thrown chairs and stuff like hitting people and stuff like that. But well, what do you think is going to happen there? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. What our MPs appear to have blissfully forgotten is that whenever coups have interrupted our democratic dispensation, it is Parliament that suffers the most among our democratic institutions. With that in mind, one will think that MPs will not conduct themselves in a manner that shows that they themselves are giving to undemocratic conduct. But over and over again, and in less than 12 months, this Parliament of the Fourth Republic has abandoned even pretexts of good and democratic behavior and is competing with itself for the designation of the worst group of MPs, a bunch of cheap, uncouth, violent and childish playground bullies. Ghana has had the misfortune of electing in her entire history. But I think that, look, if some people are trying to use some unscrupulous means to try to outwit you, then you also have to now use force to take it back. After all, the good book says the kingdom of God is suffering violence, and it's only the violent who can take it by force. So they decided, the politicians are nah, we will not allow him to go and vote. And decided, hey, you better sit down. If not, we'll take your chair and we'll stop you from voting. But well, we don't know what is going to happen because we've never had a stalemate when it comes to our parliament before. But it seems to be what is happening. But at least it gives the ground where we can actually scrutinize things properly. And there could be compromises. So there is a work for those who are negotiators, proper negotiators, to come and give good reasons why you think that a particular case or a particular bill has to be approved. And then let's see what happens from there. What do you think? I would love to know what you think on that. Well, it's Starr Radio UK, 12 minutes to the top of the hour at a time. The morning show, the Thursday edition. Should the MPs be prosecuted? Or, well, they were fighting for the cause of their people, so just leave them alone. Well, some MPP supporters, a political science lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Asante, has cautioned the governing New Patriotic Party against its persistence on the electronic transaction levy, saying that, well, if they continue, then that their break the 8 will never be possible. will never be possible. A political is gonna say that, well, Dr. Asante expressed worry over why government has turned deaf ear to all voices against the implementation of the levy. According to him, the government posture on the electoral levy is not politically wise. The public is not saying that don't collect tax. If you care, you must do something about its magnitude. And the government is not ready to listen to that. Because I'm to say, I'm surprised that the government wants to push it and at the same time want to break the 8. These are the building blocks of a campaign that when you take such a position, people pick the bits and pieces together during the campaign, they throw it out and you are not able to defend yourself. Well, what do you think is going to happen there? Do you think they break the 8? Would they be able to break it? This is a case that cannot be broken. Well, it's all Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, on the e-levy, it's hypocrisy, blame Bagbin. That's what Jempo is saying. An associate professor at the University of Ghana, Professor Jempo, runs for Jempo, of course, has gone on to also say that that Ghanaians should expect the ongoing disagreement in Parliament if the majority side does not reach out to the minority. According to him, the leadership of the hung Parliament should know the situation they are in to be able to ensure that Parliament plays its role as a countervailing to the powers of the executive and at the same time ensure the government business is still carried out. So they must show leadership and they must be magnanimous in being sincerely conciliatory in reaching out to the other side. I've heard the argument of putting the blame on the Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, and I'm saying that those who canvass these arguments are either ignorant or they are hypocrites. He also said that. He explained that no partisan member of Parliament should expect a partisan speaker to be neutral, because there is no neutral Speaker of Parliament in any democracy. It hasn't happened. The solution is not putting blame on anybody. The solution is about thinking outside the box to be able to be humble and reach out to the other side. Now, what is happening now is not different in a hung Parliament where people are beaten. Elsewhere, the whole Parliament grinds to a halt. In Malawi, at one point in time, they had a hung Parliament. 4 years, they could not function. It was just there. So these are just a few of the features of a hung Parliament. It is good for democracy depending on how you handle it, and it can also hurt democracy. To be able to ensure that this plays its role to help advance the cause of democracy, first of all, those on both sides must understand what a hung Parliament is and know what they can do and not do. But it appears that those who are in the particular Parliament don't understand what it is, he disclosed. Because if you are in the helm or seen to the affairs in Parliament, then you cannot actually vote. But this is the case where the second deputy or the first deputy, Joe Wise, was he the second or the deputy speaker, one of the deputy speakers of Parliament, decided that, well, I'm going to vacate my seat and go and vote. And, no, you are the referee at the time. You are not involved in it. You have to stay neutral at a particular time. But, well, maybe we need Professor Jempo to come in and teach them, lecture them. Or maybe we need the Chief Justice to come and explain that bit for them when we come to a hung Parliament, what should be done, and the role of the Speaker. When the Speaker himself is out, who or if like it happened and the deputy takes the helm, who is he allowed to vote or not? Well, maybe I need to go and lecture them. But well, Kofi Bako seemed to be blaming Alban Bagbin for the parliamentary chaos that seemed to be going on. Why is he saying so? Let me bring that one, and then we can bring the program to a close. Now, most of Bagbin's statement, though factual, but was inconsistent with the hand side. He made these revelations yesterday. Abdul Kwekubako has subjected Speaker of Parliament Abu Gbagben's official statement in the rejection or rescission of the 2022 budget statement and economic policy of government to scrutiny. Now, Gbagben on December 2016, as part of his speech, said the precedents and the practices and conventions of the House required that the issue of quorum be only raised on the floor. When the matter is not raised on the floor, the only prima facie indication of the number of members present in the record of the votes and proceedings of the House, he said. Okay, he added on the 20th of June 2002, the sitting of the House was suspended after an objection was raised by Honorable Kwache Ado, MP for Afram Plains South, for the absence of a quorum to commence public business. The Right Honorable Peter Allah Jete began the process of adjourning the House until his attention was drawn to the fact that members had begun to fill the chamber. It is important to reiterate comments of the then Majority Leader, Honorable Papa Owusu Ankoma, who cautioned that the issue of quorum be looked at since members could be in attendance at committee sittings. Well, what do you think about all this and the brouhaha and the chaos that seems to be going on in the Ghanaian parliament? Will they see a bit of peace? Will there be a bit of truce? And will we see anything come the resumption of parliament in January? What do you think will happen there? This and a lot more coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A final story before we go. A bold driver based in Sekende, Takoradi, has been allegedly set on fire by a passenger. The unfortunate incident is said to have occurred on the night of Wednesday, December 22. According to sources, the unidentified rider who poured petrol on the driver for reasons unknown is currently at large. The Good Samaritan who chanced upon the incident raised the alarm. He suspected that the rider sought to snatch the car with registration number WR48721. The driver is said to have sustained various degrees of injuries and is currently receiving treatment at the Efian Kwanta Regional Hospital. Insecurity once again there. But hey, if you are back there listening to us, please keep yourself safe. If you are not and you are here in the UK or wherever part of the world that you find yourself, keep yourself safe, because we have got the COVID that seems to be also going around, rampaging and doing all sorts. But well, I'm going to be signing out, but before I go, I'm going to bring you some lovely tune. As I said earlier on, this afternoon exactly at 5 o'clock, the renewed show with Charlotte Odom will be coming your way, and the topic is Praise the Lord. So join her to praise the Lord. Then after that, at 7 o'clock, we'll be having KB Bossman and Vicky Newton. They will also be hosting WP William P.W. Omoni, and then they'll be looking at property investment and finance, a review of 2021. So make a date with them on all those programs. Well. And then if you are looking to e-commerce, a platform, please look no further. Just 10 and look at Gabby Dave.
Welcome to Gabby Dave Global. We are a UK-based online e-commerce store, the first of its kind with license to trade in African products. Some of the products are clothing brands and all beauty accessories, hair and beauty brands, natural aphrodisiacs, processed and dried unprocessed food. Our mission at Gabby Dave is to connect African and Caribbean businesses to customers globally. At Gabby Dave, we ensure our sellers get the best deal for their products. We are not just here to help you reach a wider audience. We are also a distribution center to support business growth by fulfilling orders to your customers from our warehouse, making sure customers receive their products on time. We are inviting all Black-owned businesses to trade on our platform because we strongly believe Africans have a unique brand the customer would appreciate globally. So get in touch today and let us make your product and business go far. Here are some of the benefits of using Gabby Dave Global. User-friendly platform, track your shipment, online support, transparent process, multiple SKUs, multiple products, a platform that encourages manufacturers as well as traders. Our marketing and PR interventions amplifies yours. Organized products and categories for easy access and navigation. Access to global community, especially within UK and Europe.
Okay, so let me say thank you very much once again for tuning in to listen to us today. Tomorrow is going to be a very special one, a Christmas Eve one. There's going to be lots of music, and I think I'll be having Kojo with me in the studio as well. And we'll be looking at the Christmas festivities and some of the stories that we've touched on during the course of the week as well. So make a date with me, but remember all those programs that I've lined them up are going to be coming your way this evening. Make sure you get or take advantage of it. But Mighty Sparrow signs us all out, and it says Merry Christmas. And I also say Merry Christmas to you too. Continue with your shopping, continue with whatever things that you're doing, and have a wonderful day. See you all tomorrow. Bye bye for now. I am Archie, yours sincerely.
Yuletide carols being sung by a choir and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe helps to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa Claus is on his way. He's bringing lots of toys for them to play, and every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering the simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry, Merry Christmas to you. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the hills we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. Oh, what fun to laugh and sing a sleighing song